The mercy of God. Now, let's look at the etymology of the word mercy. When we use the word mercy, it means definite things, and you must understand it so that you don't use this reality out of context. The word mercy was used in the Old Testament because it played a role, and it was also used in the New Testament because it also played a role. In the Old Testament, or in the Hebrew, there are three major words used for mercy. Number one is the word hasid, and the word hasid speaks of steadfast love. It's a kind of love that is not only unconditional but does not fail. Number two, it speaks of covenant love. Number three, it speaks of loving kindness. So when we are talking mercy, we are talking a steadfast dimension of the love of God. The type of love that God has towards you, that nothing will make God change his mind. So when I'm talking mercy, I mean God has taken a disposition of love towards me, and nothing can make him change his mind. In fact, as you study mercy, you will discover that mercy becomes more potent when you become more miserable. That means what should disqualify you is what makes God love you more. Then you know mercy is at work. If you enter a state where something that should disqualify you becomes the reason why God reaches out in his love, then you know this type of love is what the Bible calls hasid. It's a love recognized as mercy. Number two, the second Hebrew word for mercy is the word rahamim, and that word is derived from the word rahim, and the word rahim is the word womb. So when we speak of mercy in this context, it's talking about deep compassion, deep compassion, tender affection, or parental pity. So it's not just steadfast love, it's a deep compassion that when God looks at you, he senses something so deep, like when a woman is carrying a child. The type of compassion that comes from within you, from your essence, not just about the person. It does something to your being. Then you know mercy is at work. Number three, the word for mercy is the word hanan, and that word means to show favor or graciousness or kindness. So from the Hebrew context, mercy speaks of steadfast love, deep compassion, and gracious disposition of favor. So when we say God has mercy towards someone, it means God has taken a posture of love towards that person, and he will not change his mind. And that love has a depth in compassion, the same way a father pities a child and reaches out no matter what to assist. And then it means beyond pity, God is favorably disposed towards that person. That person enjoys God's magnanimity. That person enjoys God's favor. So when we say mercy, this is what we are saying. It means wherever you are persuaded, God won't leave me here. Whether I am on top or down, God won't leave me. Whether I am righteous or in sin, God won't leave me. In fact, when I'm in sin, that's when I cry more for mercy, because there is a steadfastness in the love of God. There is a compassion. When I am failing, I know that God is touched. These things trigger faith and understanding of the intervention that must come to you. And then when I say mercy, I mean people may be a billion. There is something God has towards me that will make him favor me regardless of the number. So I'm not helped, I'm not favored because we are few. We can be a billion. There is a way mercy distinguishes me for favor. That's why I don't use other people's report to define my outcome. Oh, you are going somewhere, they say, listen, they have rejected 50 people, be careful. Not me. They may have rejected 1,000 people. Mercy is on my life. As I am coming, there is a disposition of favor towards me. My case is different. If you know these things, your life will change. Your mindset will change. You know, Christians are too quick to accept verdicts of failure and rejection. And the reason is because they don't know the heart of God towards them. Now, when you come into the New Testament and you look at the word mercy, there are two major words used for mercy. The first one is elios, and that one also speaks of compassion, but it speaks of compassion in practicality. That means beyond sympathy, there is empathy. It's a compassion that stirs God to reach out. Meaning when God sees you, he can't hold himself until he reaches out to you. This is why when we are in situations, we have expectation of intervention. Because what mercy does is mercy provokes intervention. It's a practical compassion. It's a compassion that moves God to do something on your account. Number two is the word oikrimos. And oikrimos speaks of pity and tenderness. So when God is dealing with me, he's dealing with me with tenderness. Now look at what happened in Genesis chapter 1, chapter 3, when Adam sinned and God came to Adam. Imagine if God poured his anger on Adam. Adam was hiding. He said he was ashamed because he was naked. He thought the consequence of eating the fruit was nakedness, and God was looking at him. So you think the consequence of what you have done is that you are naked and is shame. Adam didn't know that the reason over 6 million Jews were destroyed by Hitler was what he did. Adam didn't know that the the reason billions of people have died of cancer, of hepatitis, of HIV is traced to what he has done. Adam didn't know that the reason many will go to hell is because of what he has done. What Adam was seeing was, I'm naked, and God came and covered him. If we tell you the weight of what you have done, you know, some of you commit sin and then you come, you just cry, you are weighing. In fact, your action is based on what you feel is the weight of the sin. So for instance, if somebody lies, he says, Lord, I'm sorry for this weakness. But when he fornicates, he feels more bad. When he murders somebody, he feels more bad. Now, fornication has a very strong effect on you because your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. But James 2:10 said, if you break one, you've broken all. And if you know the real consequence of sin, Lord, I'm sorry, that's not the wages of sin. The wages of sin is death. But why you fell into sin and you are feeling bad, what you didn't know is that for God to accept you back, he came down from his throne in the likeness of a son, and he was killed on the cross, and he went to the grave and came back. God didn't tell us that we will go to hell and come back. He did it and he restored us. So when we are talking mercy, we are talking compassion and tenderness in a way that sometimes God doesn't even show you the gravity of what you have done. He just restores you. He just restores you, brings you back into fellowship, and you are excited. If you were to open your eyes to the gravity of what you have done, even you will condemn yourself. So the subject of mercy is one of the greatest guarantees that we have with God. This is not God compromising on his standard, but this is God putting every facility necessary for atonement so that he is justified to reach out to you and to restore you even when you don't deserve.